have a secret that I want to share with you, and I don't necessarily think it's really a secret, but our culture seems to think that we need to do everything individually, or like doctors, they specialize in this and that, and if they don't know what's going on, they're going to send you to another specialist and another specialist. But why aren't we looking at things globally? And more importantly, as a culture, let's start looking at things as a family. Other cultures really invite that in, where if you are pregnant and you're having a baby, you have all of the women in your tribe around you, right? They're bringing you meals. They're able to do your dishes. They're able to hold the baby if needed. They're able to hold you if needed. You're able to go take a shower because you have this really amazing community. And so today we're going to talk about something again that not very many people are talking about, and that is co-regulation. And I don't even necessarily want to talk about it in the sense of like right when baby's born and laying on your chest, skin to skin. Skin to skin is so important, and that's one of the biggest ways to co-regulate. But I want to start talking about it in older kids too. So we're going to talk about this scan right here, and I'm going to go through, I don't want to do a little spoiler alert, but I'm going to go through all of the family scans, and we're going to see how the nervous system is pairing up with one another. So how it's co-regulating with one another. If you are not familiar with the term co-regulation, which why would you be? Because we are just now starting to talk about it. Co-regulation is when mom and baby, or mom and dad, or baby and dad, anyone in your family, anyone really, people you work with, everyone around you is mirroring each other's nervous system. So what we have in our bodies are called mirror receptors, and what the mirror receptors are doing is they're taking in things and habits and neurological input that's going on around them. And so this happens mostly with families who live together, right? And so I just want to share a quick story with you guys, and then we're going to go through these amazing scans to really bring it all together. So a quick story is that we had a 4-year-old boy in our practice, and he was really struggling with speech delays. He was actually diagnosed with apraxia at age 2, and then, really saw the OTs, the PTs, the speech pathologists, all of those different therapies, and they helped some. And then all of a sudden he just really started to plateau. And that's where they found our office, and they found neurologically focused chiropractic care. And so once the nervous system was regulated, that's when he shot up again, when those speech therapists were really helping him again. And then all of a sudden we saw a plateau, and we saw that on his HRV scan, which is heart rate variability, that's telling us how is he adapting to the stressors around him. So that could be the stress from home, that could be stressors at school, who are his friends that he is co-regulating with, what are his teachers, how's their environment, but most importantly, the family, what's happening in that family dynamic. Because as chiropractors and as therapists and all these things, we only get the patient for anywhere from 3 minutes to 5 minutes to 10 minutes to 30 minutes to an hour-long therapy if you have any of those. But the family is who is really co-regulating together and is really, feeding off of those mirror receptors and those mirror neurons with one another. So we started to see, okay, why is this HRV not changing? Why are all of his other scans improving? And why is he hitting a plateau, not only in his HRV, but in these other therapies again? What's going on within his nervous system? So we really started to, and this was around the time where we were really starting to study co-regulation, and we started to see that babies who are just born and come in, their HRVs are normally matching their moms. Why? Because they just were born from their mom. They're always hanging out with their mom. They're probably, nursing with their mom. They might be co-sleeping with their mom. So those HRVs are really mirroring one another. And if the baby is low and the mom is high in those first few days of birth, mom's HRV is going to hopefully bring up babies to match hers. If both of them are low, we have a problem, and we need to really, get that care going even more frequently, so that we're able to help that nervous system start to adapt and regulate to all the stressors. So this was that little boy's HRV scan. And so we're like, okay, mom and dad, first mom, we're going to scan you. And guys, this is not to put any blame on mom or dad and to say like, what's wrong with your nervous systems? Both of them were hardworking parents. baby and the other kids and this kid were in daycare. And nothing against hardworking parents in daycare and all those things, but life gets busy and stressors and more stress builds upon it. And I don't want to make stress the bad guy either. Stress can be good too. It's just, how are we adapting to all of that stress in our lives? How are we adapting to the busyness? How are we adapting to this culture that we are growing up in? And so instead of focusing on this child as an individual like we normally do, we started to say, what are other cultures doing? How can this family really start to heal together? So we had the brilliant idea that we are now doing on everyone, and that is getting the whole family scanned after that initial child starts. And this is going to blow your mind. So this is the kid's HRV, right? We see that he is over here in that sympathetic nervous system, gas pedal on, and he was just stuck here for a few months. And so then, surprise, surprise, where are we at again? Right in that yellow region, sympathetic nervous system, that same gas pedal. And then we're like, let's scan dad. What is dad gonna do? Pretty much the same. This isn't, I don't want to say that this is a grand slam every time, but we are seeing that a lot of the times the whole family will be in at least the same like quadrant. So they were all in this like quadrant number 1 up here, as you can see reviewing again. And then I'll show you all 3 together. Very, very similar, right? Here, here, and here. So what we are doing with this family is we're going to adjust them together. We're going to get all of their nervous systems, the care that they need. Each one has a customized and personalized care plan to hopefully see those scans come up. And guys, this is a very recent story, and so I do not have any follow-up scans yet, and I'm really excited to see, how is this going to change? And yeah, some, they may go this way, they may go down for a little bit, they may go sideways for a little bit because their nervous system's going to need some extra love. It might go through a neuro detox, but we really need to get to that, we're cleaning out the pantry phase, then we're going to reorganize it, and then we're going to restore it and make it look so pretty and beautiful so that they're able to adapt to all of that stress. So really excited to watch this kid just completely explode. We've had stories like this before where when the whole entire family is under neurologically focused chiropractic care, that's when we see the biggest changes in all of the family, whether they have to, if it's a speech delay like this case, or colic or ear infections or autism or seizures. We really want the whole entire family to be under care and thriving together because everyone has their stuff, everyone has their stressors, and we just want to make sure that everyone is on the same page. So if you really need to get yourself scanned as a mom, as a dad, or you're thinking, man, I've been under care, but I want my whole entire family to really benefit from this, sign up. Let's get you scanned. Let's just see what those initial, scans look like. Do they match? Are they completely off? What do we see with all that? And we will go from there. But I really thought that this case was absolutely fun to talk through, and co-regulation is something that we all need to focus on. And instead of coming at it from a mindset of individualized care, we really want to change our culture and making it a global, looking at the nervous system as a global unit, checking in on the family, checking in on all of those different things that are, really going to affect those mirror neurons. So I hope you guys learned something today. I love talking about co-regulation, and we will see you on the next one. If you need to sign up for your scans, go ahead and DM us or call us.